Budgets help the business to set targets and control expenditure. To know a budget, you will need to learn how to interpret, analyze, and its purpose. There are two types of budgets: short-term budget and long-term budget. A short-term budget would be up to 1 year and a long-term budget would be up to more than 5 years. One type of budgeting a business can use is financial planning. This is when the financial manager of the business defines the objectives and develops ways to achieve them. In order to achieve this, he or she needs to have a realistic understanding of what is happening and what is likely to happen. When budgeting takes place, they need to consider the objectives of the budgeting process, obtain relevant information, and then use the budgets to help control the expenditure of the business. The benefits of doing budgeting are: it will help predict what the business thinks will happen and will show what is likely to happen in the future. Budgets can also create opportunities and alternative courses. For example, if the business is going to be making a loss, then they will need to have a plan to prevent them from making the loss. As budgets set targets, they can be used to communicate to all the people in the organization in the means of motivation. This will keep employees involved in the organization and ensure that the aims and objectives of the business are met. Budgets can help monitor and control performance. This can be done by looking at the actual results and comparing them with the budget. This is known as a variance analysis. They are the fundamental process of business planning, as they offer a chain of quantitative plans that can be used to achieve the organization's targets. At the end of every financial year, 6th April, members of different departments, members of the board and the chief executive, will have a meeting and see if the organization has met its targets. They will do this via variance analysis, and where targets have been over or underachieved by a lot, they will then talk to the head of the department to see the reason why they have over or underachieved and see how the target can be met for the following financial year. This will also amplify cooperation between departments, as they will be able to help them achieve their targets and become with each other's difficulties. The table below shows the process of budget setting. There are two types of budget plan a business can use: historic budgeting and zero budgeting. Historic budgeting is when the organization looks at last year's figures and makes targets based on it. They will forecast next year's figures by analyzing at how the figures have changed year to year. Zero budgeting is when the budget starts at zero and each department will justify their spending and negotiate for funding.